Hey everybody, my name's Lance. I'm with George's Heating and Cooling, and just wanted to chat real quick about the changes that are going on in the HVAC world as we know it, especially in this part of the country, in the Northeast. Most of the homes, a lot of the homes, say 30, 40 years ago, maybe even not that long ago, were predominantly oil fueled homes for heating, whether that's a boiler or a furnace, but they were oil based. So with the new Inflation Reduction Act in place and people just being more conscious about, the earth and what they're doing, and as more people get on the earth, pollution and different things like that are becoming more and more real to us. So a lot of people are going the electric route, and there's a lot of misconception when you say that, electric route, but other words, or another way people will describe it, is a mini split. Hey, I want a mini split. How's that work anyways? Is it gas, oil, fuel? None of those things. It is electric. But the major difference between how that mini split, which is electric, runs compared to what most of us know electric heating to be, like a space heater or electric baseboard, is completely different. The heat pump, or the air source heat pump, is extracting heat from outside, which it's not paying for that. That's free. Air is free. So that's something that drastically is able to reduce the operating costs on those heat pumps because of its ability to grab heat, or just the opposite in the summer, grab cold air from the hot air and bring it into the house. And that's really the savings. That's the reason, or one of the main reasons, why these systems use such small amount of electricity compared to other electric products. First thing you do hear when people hear that word, oh, it's electric, my electric bill is already too high. Well, I have a fuel calculator that I put that heat pump, and all heat pumps will have a HSPF rating, and that rating is going to be, it's really there for, it's like a miles per gallon for a heating system. The higher that number, the more miles per gallon, the more efficient it's going to be, the better, lower cost to operate that system. Back when HSPF ratings first came out, they were required to be like a 6 or 6.2. Now today, I think it's an 8, but to get a rebate anyways in the state of New Hampshire, it's got to be a 10 or greater. Well, we've got units. Mitsubishi produces them, and doesn't just produce them, I mean, they make them in big house sizes, like 4 tons, 3 tons, 3.5 tons, which will do, easily do a 2,000 square foot home, or even bigger. Those units are running extremely efficient with HSPF ratings in the 12 and up, like 12 and a half, which makes it to where operating that system compared to an oil system is literally half the cost. Same with propane. The only system that comes close to it, and some cases may beat it, some cases may not. Most cases won't, especially if the HSPF is 12, is natural gas. So if you're thinking about heat pump, should I do it? Should I not? Will it work? Will it won't? I can show you the facts, the numbers. Like I tell everyone, the numbers don't lie. So show me the numbers, and I can show you the facts. So I could show you the numbers. I show you how these systems perform, and it's a really great investment. And especially now with these incentives the government has come out with to try to push and motivate folks, there's really, it's really at least worth looking into. And the more you look into it, and the more you research it, and the more you are around them, the more you start to say, gee, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Easier to maintain, easier to clean, cleaner, more controlled environment where each indoor unit is its own zone versus a forced hot air system, you may get, maybe 2 zones in the house, first floor, second floor. And I know for me in my house, I'm always warm and my wife's always cold. So having indoor units in each room, or having the option of a different zone in each room, you could really make it comfortable, right? I mean, that's kind of what we want, is to be comfortable. And the other thing is you're going to make an efficient system, one that has highest ratings in all the categories, whether it's air conditioning and heating, make it even more efficient, because now you're not running the whole system every time you turn it on, because you got one zone for your whole house. Every time I see, and most of the time you'll see that in older homes, they did the construction, they did the HVAC ductwork, and they really were only looking at maybe the heating side of it, and they just ran 1 or 2 ducts up to each room upstairs and said, heat rises, good to go. Which probably in the wintertime, maybe, they're okay. But then they add an additional, an AC coil to their system. Now they have central air, and it doesn't work right, because the cold air is heavier. It's going to stay on the first floor, and it just sits there. And then it's always going to be a big temperature difference between those floors. So having individual zones is a big deal. Quiet, safe, they're affordable now, and there's choices out there. I mean, and there's a lot. Mitsubishi, I think, is the best. They've been doing it the longest. They have a great reputation. To me, I kind of compare them to like Toyota in the car industry. I mean, they make them, there's only one Toyota. I mean, people could say, well, I had a Chevy, it went 500,000 miles. And at Toyota, you're kind of like expecting that. And that's how Mitsubishi is. It's very organized, they're very precise, they educate not only their employees, but all of their technicians, people selling the systems, talking about them. They want to share as much information with you as possible, and they have a lot of information available on their website, from instructional training programs to different things. So call me, email us, inquire. You won't go wrong. The air source heat pump is definitely the way to go. And if you're worried about, how will I have hot water? I got you there too. There's called a heat pump hot water heater that rebates up to $1,750 for the heat pump water heater. But this heat pump water heater, we're talking an operating cost for the year of just over $100 for the whole house, a 50-gallon hot water tank. You're not going to get that. And especially in this area of the country, in Northeast, where we've got a lot of basements compared to, like, say, out west where they have earthquakes. We got basements, and a lot of these basements get musky, mildewy, moldy. So these heat pump hot water heaters will pull the air out of the basement, use it to heat the hot water, save you money, and make the air quality just way better. All right, thank you for listening to me today.